Three news stories for you. Firstly, viewers, Isayas Afwork, ruler of Eritrea, is being interviewed these minutes. We'll have a detailed look at his interview after the completion of the interview. People are waiting for Isayas to speak. What does he say about this phase of Ethiopia-Tigray conflict? We'll have a very analytical look at his interview after its completion. Uh, Three news stories as usual. I hope you're not fed up with these three news stories. Uh, Firstly, viewers, an airstrike on a town in Tigray has killed and wounded dozens. Viewers, it has been now confirmed that Dadeb town was the target. Who were killed there? Civilians or some other fighters? Secondly, viewers, Ethiopia has a field marshal now. A new rank has been created for Berhano Jula, Ethiopian army chief. Today, he was announced to be the field marshal, the first field marshal of Ethiopia. Why is he being awarded this rank? Because we remember he took charge in the second week of November. The previous army chief was removed after the start of Tigray war. In the second week, he took charge as army chief. And lastly, viewers, visual confirmation by some experts that now Iranian drones are being used, which could be deadlier, not against soldiers, but against civilians. Why am I saying that these Iranian drones are deadlier against civilians? We'll talk about that. Firstly, viewers, it has been confirmed that an airstrike has been conducted on a town in northwestern part of Tigray. Dadebet is the name of the town. It's right on the Takeze River. We know that Tigray forces have been trying to cross from Takeze into western direction toward western Tigray. And Amhara forces, Eritreans, they've been trying to push Tigray forces to the east of Takeze. Town is right on Takeze River. Tigray-backed news sources say that a school in Dadebe town was the target. And the school was being used as a sort of refugee camp. There were hundreds of refugees at the school who have been displaced, who have been pushed from Western Tigray by Amhara forces towards northwestern Tigray. The school was being used as a refugee camp. The school was hit and dozens have been killed. Reuters says more than 50 have been killed and several dozen are injured. Now, Reuters is also confirming that the target was this school, a civilian building. Again, no statement from Ethiopian government. What was the target? That is what has been happening, that whenever a drone strike, an airstrike is conducted on Tigray, Ethiopian government does not issue any statement. Now, Tigray-backed news sources, Reuters, other international outlets, they're confirming that a refugee camp was the target. Dozens of civilians have been killed, but no statement from Ethiopian government. This airstrike happened after a few hours of PM Abiy's announcement to release some TPLF leaders like Sabbath Naga and others. So on the one hand, you're announcing the release of TPLF leaders. On the other hand, you are carrying out a deadly airstrike on a civilian building, and you are not issuing any statement about the target as well. That's very unfortunate. That's alarming. It's catastrophic that civilians are dying and you cannot do anything about that. Secondly, viewers, Ethiopia now has a field marshal. General Burhanu Jula has been awarded this rank, Field Marshal. A new rank has been created for his services which he rendered in this war. Because I remember when I was covering this war, In the second week of November, he was appointed as the army chief. General Adam Muhammad was removed, I think, and Burhanujullah was appointed, and intelligence chief was also changed back then. So he was appointed specifically for this war. And Ethiopian government is now acknowledging his services for this war. That is why a special rank, a new rank has been created for him. General Bacha Dable has also been promoted. He has now become a general. 4 army officers have been promoted as generals, 14 as lieutenant generals, 24 major generals, and 58 brigadier generals. So around 100 army officers have been promoted. People say that he is not the first one, that Prince Siam Mangasha and Emperor Haile Selassie in the past worked as field marshals. So he is the third one. Lastly, viewers, Iranian drones. We have been discussing about these drones. Now the drones are in operation, very deadly against civilians. Why? Firstly, a confirmation that they are being used. You can see some pictures on your screen. These pictures are from Kalam Valega of Oromia, Gidami town, Kalam Valega. And the pictures show remnants of a missile which was used as a munition by a drone. A drone strike was conducted on Gidami, and these are remnants of the missile which was fired on some place in Gidami. Experts have analyzed these remnants of the missile, and they say these are parts of an Iranian missile. And this Iran missile is a Ghaim. Ghaim 1 is an Iranian missile which Muhajir 6 drones are equipped with. So it means the drone strike was conducted by Iranian Muhajir 6 drones on Kalam Valega. Now, why am I saying these drones, Muhajir 6, are deadly against civilians? Because they are not battle tested. We don't know about their accuracy. How accurate are they against targets on the ground? And we do know that in the past few days, cargo flights from Iran to Ethiopia have increased. Cargo flights from the UAE and Turkey to Ethiopia have almost stopped. Iran is now sending something to Ethiopia which could be weapons. And that is why you are seeing that civilian killings in drone strikes are increasing. After the withdrawal of Tigray forces from Amhara and Afar back into Tigray, you are seeing that civilian killings are on the rise in drone strikes. Is it due to these Iranian Muhajir 6 drones, which are not battle tested, which might not be hitting targets accurately on the ground? So evidence is there that these Muhajir 6 are in operation and they might be missing targets. I would be surprised because the drones are not battle tested. Ethiopia does not seem to be using its asset, which it said its asset, and that is TB2s. TB2s were used when Tigray forces were in Amhara Afar. Very precise, very accurate. Tigray forces suffered losses. Now it seems that TB2s are not being used. Now these Muhajir 6 and bombers are being used by Ethiopian Air Force. That is why perhaps civilian casualties are increasing. We talked about Dadaba town in the airstrike. More than 50 innocent civilians have been killed. Thank you for watching.